Hello, Razir. I'm glad you could make it. Welcome back to Control. Last time we dealt with the mold. Finding and killing Mold 1, finally. I believe last time we also dealt with Tomasi? Yes, last time we did deal with Tomasi. And we began Foundation, the first of 2 DLCs for Control. We have descended to the depths of the oldest house. And found there an unchanging place. Which is an oddity given how the oldest house has been. But so it goes. We found the nail. Some kind of place of power within the Foundation. And we have been slowly working to repair it while dealing with the hiss that have gotten down here. We've also been getting some mysterious signs of stuff that happened in the past. Namely, Dr. Ash Jr. and his apparent obsession with this place. Our next spot is Research Site Gamma. That is back the way we came. Because I don't think there's any places we could go from here. Although the map, maybe.
Hey, try not to launch me, Director.
I will not do that. Come on. Ah. This is another place where we may not be able to progress with the choice that we have made of the little bonuses. Hello, Varric. Welcome to the Foundation. This is not meat. This is red sand. This is the Foundation. It is at the very bottom of the oldest house. We have gone here because the board basically told us to. They were like, hey, there's some bad stuff going on down here. Please help. We come down here. Apparently, Marshall, the old guard head of the Rangers, was here doing something. She appears to have died because she's showing up in our phone. And we found this giant monolith, the nail, which I can't show because it's all the way up there. That is where, but we have the red phone, the red rotary phone that we use to communicate with the board, yeah, and other dead folk, it appears. But yeah, we're down here to fix whatever is causing the astral realm to bleed into the real world. Which is, not good. Unacceptable behavior memo. To all Foundation personnel, it has come to my attention that members of our exploration teams have been relieving themselves in their God-given liquids in the chasms of the Foundation. My God. As per earlier orders, all personnel currently serving the Foundation must do their business exclusively into the correctly colored and labeled vials provided by research personnel. My goodness. things went kind of bad down here in the Foundation. Ah! Fucking hiss. God. Hopefully that's not the reason why the house is haunted. Yeah, we know Marshall came in here to try and prevent the Hiss from getting here, and unfortunately the Hiss are here, so it goes. Anyway, what I was trying to say before I got fucking jump scared is, up here we have the nail. It is where Northmore first found the service weapon, and first met the board, and first decided that the entire purpose of the FBC was to serve the board.
Jesse, hey!
Hey, Pope.
Emily, what are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire Bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it. Did you notice all the Bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. You think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it. That reminds me, have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes.
Okay, so
All
that's...
the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as nonsense. And a couple of my instruments have already broken.
Maybe we should take that as a sign to pack it in?
I didn't take you for a quitter, Dr. Saba. There's a reason I packed a black rod-plated microscope.
So that's bad, obviously. But also, Emily was told to go down here by us? Last time uh, when Jessie found the nail, she was like, man, I wish Emily had come down here with me. She would be all over this. And now she is. That's actually very concerning. And it also might explain why we are getting these reports before it would make sense to get them. It may be that Jessie is thinking, I wish I knew about what this was, and the board is making Emily do the research for it, and then giving us the information.
Planar displacement, your brain would split. The Rangers have tapped into an old radio network they found around the Foundation. So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
Oh, that's cool. We can summon allies.
How did the Hiss
in
get into the
certain
Foundation?
areas.
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the Hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The Hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that. So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. Clearly it's highly classified, but for what reason? The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. Before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it. So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
Well, now we know. Or at least
I
have
should
a
get back out
suspicion.
there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Well, on we go.
Don't be a stranger.
Can't go up there because we need shape, and we took fracture. Oh, also, another normal thing, Varric, is the former. One of the, that strange, one-eyed, many-armed creature has some cave drawings of it. And people, and the board. All very normal things. There's other cave drawings like that. And Northmore... Well, see, that's the funny thing, Varric. According to Northmore, these cave paintings are younger than he is. He was, when he first came down here. So this has been going on for a long time. And also not at the same time. They were unsure what the deal was. Yeah, here's an example of the astral bleed. It is very concerning. Many treasure chests over here. Nothing of super use, but still nice to have. Turn those into points, maybe. Ah, there is another cave drawing of the nail. Cave system with a lot of strange toxic vents. You know, as normal. Also, there's a new type of hiss around. And they're the basic FPS enemy that runs at you and hits you with an axe. Except, they can teleport. They are a bit more threatening.